Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this class, we are going to talk about small talk. So you see that small talk is not about facts and words. It's about music, about melody. Small talk is about putting everyone at ease. It's about making comforting noises together like cat purring, children humming, or groups chanting. You must first match your listener's mood, like repeating the note on the music teacher's harmonica. Top communicators pick up their listener's tone of voice and duplicate it. Instead of jumping in such intensity, the main sons could have memoran, me, momentarily matched my lethargic mood by saying, "Yes, it is slow, isn't it?" Had they then prefaced their information with, "Have you ever been curious why an elevator is slow?" I would have responded with sincere, "Yes, I have." After a moment of equalized energy levels, would have welcomed their explanations about the rail guard alignment or whatever the heck it was, and friendships might have started. I'm sure you have suffered the aggression of a mood mismatch. Have you ever been relaxing when some overexcited, hot-breathed colleague starts pounding you with question? On the reverse, you're late, rushing into a meeting when an associate stops you and starts lazily narrating a long, l- languorous story, no matter how interesting the tale, you don't want to hear it now. The first step in starting a conversation without strangling it is to match your listener's mood, if only for a sentence or two. When it comes to small talk, think music, not words. Is your listeners a adagio or allegro? Match that pace. I call it I call it make a mood match. Matching their mood can make or break the scale. Matching customers' mood is crucial for salesperson. Some years ago, I decided to throw a surprise party for my best friend Stella. It was going to be a triple whammy party because she was celebrating three events. One, it was Stella's birthday. Two, she was newly engaged, and three, Stella had just landed her dream job. She has been my buddy since graduate school, and I was floating on air over her birthday engagement. Congratulations, Bash. I had heard one of the best French restaurants in town had an attractive back room for parties. About 5 p.m. one afternoon, I walked happily into the restaurant and found the seated mattress languidly looking over her reservation book. His reservation. I began excitedly babbling about Stella's triple whammy celebration and asked to see that fabulous back room I did heard so much about. Without a smile or moving a muscle, he said, "The room is in the back. You can go Z it if you like. Crash, what a party popper. His morose mood kicked all the party spirit of me. I no longer want to rent his stupid space. Before I ever looked at the room he lost the rental, I left his restaurant vowing to find a place where the management would at least appear to share the joy of the happy occasion. Every mother knows this instinctively. To quiet a whimpering infant, Mama doesn't just shake her finger and shout, quiet down. No, Mama picks baby up. Mama cries, oh, 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 sympathetically matching baby's misery for a few moments. Mama then gradually transitions the two of them into hush, hush, happy. How to start great small talk. Sounds your listeners are all big babies. Match their mood if you want them to stop crying, start buying, or otherwise come around to your way of thinking. Technique 10. Make a good match. Before opening your mouth, take a voice sample of your listeners to detect his or her state of mind. Take a physical photo of the expression you want to see. If your listener looks buoyant, bored, or bleeds, if you ever want to bring people around to your thoughts, you must match their mood and voice tone, if only for a moment. How to sound like you have got a super personality, no matter what you are saying. Once while while at a party, I spotted a fellow surrounded by a fan club of avid listeners. The chap was smiling, gesticulating, and obviously enthralling his audience. I went over to her. Can this fascinating speaker, I joined his throng of admirers, eh, and a voice dropped for a minute or two. Suddenly, it dawned on me. The fellow was saying the most banal things. His script was dull, dull, dull. But he was delivering his prosaic observations with such passion, and therefore he held the group spellbound. It convinced me that it's not all what you say, it's how you say it. What's a good opening line when I meet people? I often ask this question and I give them the same answer. A woman who once worked in my office always gave me Dottie often stayed at her desk to through work through lunch. Sometimes as I was leaving for the sandwich shop, I would ask her, "Hey Dottie, what can I bring you back for lunch?" Dottie, trying to be obliging, would say, "Oh, anything is fine with me." No, Dottie, I wanted to scream. Tell me what you want. Ham, cheese on Ray, Bologna on whole wheat, hold the mayo, peanut butter and jelly with sliced bananas. Be specific. Anything is a hassle. Frustrating through it may be my answer to the opening line question anything. Because almost anything you say really is okay as long as it puts people at ease and sounds passionate. How do you put people at ease? By convincing them they're okay and that the two of you are similar. What? do you do then? You break down walls of fear, suspicion, and mistrust. Why banal makes a bond? Samuel I. Hawakawa was a college president, US senator, and brilliant linguistic analyst of Japanese origin. He tells us this story that shows the value of, as he says, unoriginal remarks. 11. In early 1943, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, at a time when there were rumors of Japanese spies, Hawakawa had to wait several hours in a railway station in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Wisconsin, he noticed others waiting in the station were staring at him suspiciously because of the war. They were apprehensive about his presence. He later wrote one couple with a small child was staring with social uneasiness and whispering to each other. So, what did Hawakawa do? He made unoriginal remarks to set them at ease. He said to the husband that it was too bad the train should be late on so cold a night. The man agreed. I went on Hawakawa Road to remark that it must be especially difficult to travel with a small child in winter when train schedules schedule were so uncertain. Again, the husband agreed. I then asked the child's age and remarked that their child looked very big. How to sound like you have got a super personality, 53, and strong. His age again agreement this time with a slight smile. The tension was relaxing after two or three exchanges. The man asked Hawako, I hope you don't mind bringing it up, but you are Japanese, aren't you? Don't you think, do you think the Japs have any chance of winning this war? Well, Hawakawa replied, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know any more than I read in the papers. But the way I figure it, I don't see how the Japanese, with their lack of coal, steel, and oil, etc., can beat a powerfully industrialized nation like the United States. Hawakawa went on, my remark was admitted neither original nor well informed. Hundreds of radio commenters were saying much the same thing during those weeks, but just because they were the remark sounded familiar and was on the right side, so it was easy to agree with. The Wisconsin man agreed at once with what seemed like a genuine relief. His next remark was, say, I hope your folks aren't over there while the war is going on. Yes, they are. Hauka replied, my mother and father and two sisters, two young sisters are over there. Do you ever hear from them? The man asked, how can I? Hauka answered, both the man and his wife looked troubled and sympathetic. Do you think you won't be able to see them or hear from them until the wire is over? This was for today. Thanks for joining, guys.